Welcome back again. Today we are going to talk about three dimensions that we mentioned here. You can see from the picture that we have such geometry vectors in the geometry space, means that we are in the three dimensions. In 12.1 was the first chapter for advanced calculus. We are going to talk about three-dimensional things. What do you mean by three-dimensional? We have three-dimensional like a x and y and z as well. Usually we are going to use the coordinate like a cube. That's why I bring the Rubik's cube for you. We have a cube. If you wanna find any point here, you have to make a cube for the point. For example, I wanna draw this point. We have a x and y and z. You can see from this dimension for you is better. Here's the x, for example. Here's y. Here's z. Or maybe in the other side, x, y, and z. So this is the very important in the real life. We have a many application of three dimensions. The important things here is not like a two dimensions. We have what? We have just the name in the two dimensions. We call that that's okay. We say that we have a x and y. We call this one as a first quadrant. If you remember, first quadrant, it was x and y. Both of them are positive, so we say x and y positive. Am I right? And again, we have in the second quadrant, x is negative, but y, it was positive. And the third and the fourth, like that. But here in the three dimensions, no. This is for two dimensions. In the three dimensions, no. We don't have such things to the name. Just only one of them has got name. It's called first quadratic. This is octant. It's called first octant. First octant. Why octant? Because we have 8 parts. What do you mean by 8 parts? We have in the two dimensions, we have a 4 parts, right? But 2 parts, x, y generally positive, y generally negative. Here, no, we have 8 parts. You can see from here, we have 8 parts. How? Forget about this part, the middle one. We have a positive x, negative x. Let me say z for you, like a z. Positive z, let me that one 0, my finger be 0. So positive z, negative z, okay. And at the same time, positive x, negative x, positive y, negative y. Divide by 2, I will get what? I will get 8. You can see from here, I have a first quadrant, second, so I have a 2. Divide by 2, 4. Divide by 2, or sorry, 4. Multiply by 2, I will get 8. That's why we call octant. And just only first octant has got name. Why? Because x, y, and z are greater than or equal to 0. What do you mean by that? For example, this is the z positive. Here's a 0. We believe the z negative is in the down. Am I right? So this is 9 minus z. This is the z, the x positive that you can see. But the x positive, this is the x positive. But the x negative is in the other side. You cannot see, right? So this is the x negative. Look like that. Here's the z. Here's the x positive. And the x negative is not shown in your side. And this is the y positive. And y negative is not shown with you. And again, this is the y positive. The second part is not close to you. Now, how many octants? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 octants. So we have 8 octants. Good. And only one of them has got name. We don't have a second octant. We just have a first octant. When I say first octant, in your mind, x and y and z, x and y and z are all positive, like this number. This is only one point in the three dimension. Okay, dear? Understood? Good. How we sketch the point is very important, especially for the computer students, especially for them. It's very important to know how to sketch it. We are in the three dimensions, and we know this all positive shown from us is only positive positive part shown from us. If I want to write 1, 0, 0, what do you mean by this point? 1, 0, 0, what do you mean? Means that x, y, 0, just only we are on the x-axis, but positive part, right? This is called 1. How about 0, 1, 0? We are just only on y, right? How about 0, 0, 1? Means that we are in the 1 unit on the just only z. The others axis like x and y here are 0, right? Good. So if you try to write 1 and 1 and 1 to locate the point, you need to make a cube like that. This is between what and what? This is 1, 0, 1. Why? Because I am between x and z. Am I right? If I want to find another one, this point will be what? Will be 0, 1 and 1. Am I right? Why? Because I am just talking about, how about here? That one will be 1, 1, 0. Am I right? I am between y-axis and x-axis. Am I right? That's why here. If you try to you need to combine all these together. You need to combine all these together. Then you will get 1 point with 1, 1, 1. You got it here? So to draw, which is not applicable for exam, just for understanding. This point will be x, 0, 0. That point will be, as we say, that point will be z. Then combine each together. You will make a relation between these two axes. Combine these together again. You will get a relation between z and x. Combine these together, x and y. Then combine all of them together. You will get what? You will get the point. Only one point. Which point? For example, 1 and 1 and 1. So if you want to locate 1 and 1 and 1, this is your point. Understood? So 1 on x, 1 on y. I'm here. 1 on z. I say 1 on like that. This is z. I make it. This is x and this is y. So 1x, 1y, 1z, and I'm here. This is the point. By what? If you ask me about the point here, I say this is between z and y-axis. If you ask me in this point from the other side, I say z and x-axis. Z and x-axis like that. So any point need a cube. For each point, single point, you need to draw a cube. But just for understanding, I'm not going to ask you in the exams, find or sketch the point 1, 2, 3. It's not. Understood? Good. And when I sketch such point, I'm going to draw the fake point, not real. Why? Can you tell me why? I say this point is not a 1 and 1 in the real life. Why? But just for understanding, I'm sketching. Can you tell me why? Because I sketch on the 2 dimension, right? I'm going to sketch on the board. The board is what? 2 dimensions. But I'm going to make something to be 3. So it's not real, just for understanding. Understood? But now, how about the cube? This point, yes, because I'm in the space. Here's x, here is y, here is z. So this point, yes, is 1 and 1 and. Understood what I mean? Understood? Good. That's all about octant, xy plane, origin. You know, in the origin we have a 0, 0, 0. Everything is the same, but with a little bit change. Clear, dears? Do you understand? Good. Now we are going to talk about something as well. You have in your exercise such example like that. When we say x greater than or equal to 0, and we didn't say anything about x and y, what do you mean by that? Means that x is what? X is positive, infinity, negative. Means that f holds axis. When I don't say anything about y, means that as well we have what? We have y-axis. So let me draw that one. I have a whole x-axis. and I have a whole y-axis, and I say z, in the example, sorry, and I say z, I put a condition only on what? On z. I say z greater than or equal to what? Z greater than or equal to 0. So what do you mean by that? I mean, for example, all x, all y, but z, let be that on z be 0, positive and negative. Just only count positive for me. So whole space is every z. When I say z greater than or equal to 0 means that half space. You know, this room is the space. If I change, I make a line like that. If I say, for example, this is the positive, this room, and the first floor, ground floor, is the negative, and that one is more positive. So when I say x greater than or equal to 0, I mean this room without the ground level, right? So it means that I'm just talking about half of the building. Understood? So we are talking about half of the space. You can see when I say z greater than or equal to 0 means that I neglect about negative z. Clear, dears? Hello? Good. And you can see when I say x is equal to minus 3. Let me show you what I mean by x minus 3. X is equal to minus 3. First of all, I'm going to show you by in the second dimension to imagine. When we say in the two dimensions, when I say x is equal to 3, what do you think? What do you have? Exactly. We have one line, right? Just one line. Okay, one line in the two dimension. Do you agree with me? Just only one single line like that. But in the three dimension, when I say one line, what are you looking at in it? Just one line, right? From your side. But look at the other side. Is what? It's something else, right? It's called plane. الرتاخ in Kurdish. سطح بالعربية. It's called plane, right? So one line in two dimension, when I make it in the three dimension, one line in two dimension, when I make it in the three dimension, for example, I say x is equal to 3 is like that for you. But when I make it like that, you'll see what? A plane. Understood? So look here, you are not see anything, just you are looking, for example, the green one. Look at the green. Just only one line from your side, right? But when I make it to the white one, you will see another thing. So one line in two dimension, look, one line in two dimension will be really what in the space? A plane in the space. So that's why when I say x is equal to 3, means that we have a plane in the two dimension. In the three dimensions. Okay? And you know the plane is perpendicular to what? Here in the line is perpendicular to x-axis. Am I right? But there what we have? We have a perpendicular on the x-axis. The same thing. You got it? Can you compare between these two? Good. And when we say x greater than 0, means that we change it from 3 dimension to what? When I say z equal to 0, to 2 dimension. When I say x is equal to 0, means that I have just only 2 dimensions, z and y. Understood? Clear. So, and I know when z is equal to 0, okay, and x greater than equal and y less than or equal, means that I am in what? Z equal to 0. I am in what? X 0 and y negative. So I'm in the fourth quadrant. Am I right? In the fourth quadrant. Depends on the situation. So here x negative, y positive. Means that I'm in the third quadrant. Am I right? No. In the second quadrant. X negative and y positive. So I'm in the second quadrant. You got it, dear? Hello? Clear? Good. So when we make one dimension 0, means that we are going back to the two dimensions. We are going to calculus 1. And I told you only first octant has got a special name. which is what? Which is first octant. When do you have the first octant? If all of them is positive. How about second octant? We don't have it. There's no name for second octant. Understood? Good. How about y between -1 and 1? What do you mean by that? Y in the 3 dimensions. So x and z didn't mention anything. Means that x and z are whole axis, right? So x is negative to positive infinity, z-axis negative to positive infinity. Now I have y, my condition only on y between 1 and -1. What do you mean? I know when y is equal to 1, I will get what? No, y equal to 1. Line, it will be the plane. You are right? And plane plane on the y-axis. Am I right? Basha. Now y between 1 and y between -1. So I have a plane, right? Plane and plane, 2 planes. And between them, many plates, right? Like a books. So like a copybook. Give me again. Thank you. This is y equal to 1. This is y, that part, equal to -1. So I say y equal to 1 -1 is the plane and plane. How about smaller than 1? Greater than -1 till this means that all papers here, right? All papers here. This means between 1 and -1. Am I right? So I will get what? I will get a book. I will get a slab, something strong. So it's called a slab. You can just recognize, and we have a slab. Here's the slab. The slab means that 2 planes between them, they are all of them any things. The density is a lot. Okay, you got it here? Understood? So my mobile is slab. Why? Because I have a y1, y -1, and between them is things. Understood? Good. Now, if 2 planes intersect, if 2 planes, another one. If the plane, 2 planes intersect, I'll get what? Plane number 1, plane number 2 intersect, you will see what? Okay, and style, right? Plane number 1 intersect the plane number 2, you will see what? Intersection between. It's only this, well, it's not. This is called. So, between two lines, we have what? Intersection point. Am I right? Between 2 lines, we have what? We have intersection point. But between two plane, if they intersect, we have what? We have intersection line. You got it? Easy to understand? Good. So we have a what? The line which plane, this one intersect, and we have that. Did you understand, dear? Hello? Okay. Going back to this 2 dimensions, we know that one is the equation for what? For the circle, right? For the circle. Now, if I say circle on the board, here, right? Now, if I say z equal to 3, what do you mean by that? Means that I have a circle with, no, just circle, but in the space. Z equal to 0, I'm here, right? Z equal to 0, I'm here. Z equal to 3, Z equal to 5, Z equal to -3, I'm going to the other form, right? But the equation is what? Circle. Like the garbage, we have a garbage, there's a circle and +3. So it means that I have the same, but the same circle in the 2 dimension. But now, because I have a 3 dimension, the same circle is going to be up by 3 units. Understand? Clear? Good. So this is the equation by 3. You can see this is x and y dimension. We will make a circle, but when I say 3, means that go to up to the 3 units to up. I'm just understand what's going on here in the exercise. Yes. كام which one كاكا C بتوانەوە z دەکاتە صفر يعني دو dimensionەکە دو dimension so means that z equal to 0 means that you are going back to calculus. Clear? And I say x less than 0 means that x negative. Where's x negative? Here's x negative. Maybe in second quadrant, maybe in the third quadrant, right? How? Z is equal to 0. What can I do? He give you z is equal to 0. So it means that go back to the 2 dimensions. Okay? Then y should be greater than 0. So y here is greater than, so that's why we say second quadrant. If I go to the octant, z shouldn't be 0. Understood? When I say z 0, means that do 2 dimensions. If I want to go to the other octant, we need to give the value to z. For example, say z equal to 5, then that and that. X second, sorry. Okay. أو كاتا half ما عندها سكة ها. Z greater بوستر Z less half إخواره. واني. Understood كاكا؟ ترشا. Did you get the point, dears? Good. Now tell me about the distance. How to find distance? But distance in line. Below the speaking. Let me start with a line. We remember calculus, pre-calculus. So we have A and B, right? The real line. If you try to find the distance between them, for example, you say we have 3 and 10. If you want to find distance between them, how we do it? We say distance is equal to AB is equal to absolute value B minus A. Am I right? Was equal to 10 minus 3 equal to 7 units. Tamam? Clear. Now we are going to two dimensions. Instead of 1 dimension, the real line, 1 dimension, we are going to 2 dimensions. I have 2 dimensions. I have a point from here to here. And I want to P1, P2, for example. P1, P2. And I want to find the distance between these two. How we do it? If you remember, we use the Pythagorean, right? We use the Pythagorean. We make a Pythagorean in calculus 2, maybe. We use it. So using Pythagorean, we find this hypotenuse. We find the Rijeka hypotenuse. Then we calculate it. How we do it? We say that is equal to P1, P2, distance between them, is equal to x2 minus x1 square, if you remember, plus y2 minus y1 square. Do you remember that? You saw that. It's called distance for 2 dimensions. Now for the 3 dimensions, the same. There's only what change? We add the 3rd dimension. Clear, dears? Everything is good? Hello? Good, that's good. Any question? No. So if I give you 2 points, can you find the distance between them? Clear, right? We have x1, y1, z1. The same for 2, and I'm going to use this rule, and I will get 45. Clear? Can I repeat it? Yeah. For 2 dimension, you got it? Just add this part. Z to Z1. For example, I say I want to find distance between P1 and P2. This is the P1, P2. I'm going to write, I say P1 and P2 is equal to square root of something square, something else square, because I'm in the 3 dimensions, something else square. I say that one minus that one. So I say minus 2 minus 2. and that one minus here. So I say 3 minus 1 and 0 minus 5. Understood? Then you'll get the result. Clear? Hello? Good. Tell me about this equation. Is what? You told me. Circle, okay. How about this one? How about that one? Huh? Well, I didn't understand anything. It's equation of what? Diarrhea, okay. Now, it's equation of what? Diarrhea, so. Yeah. Yalla. Equation of what? Sphere. Circle, cylinder. Right circle. Like how they do a house. Hemisphere. So it's called the standard. I'm a standard circle. That one is for original. But that one maybe is here, there, right? So this is A and B. I'm A and B. ووعد معني دائما the circle shouldn't be every time in the origin, right? Maybe in the other part. So for example, if I say x squared plus y minus 3 squared means that I have a circle here. Understood? تمام? The center point is at 0 and 3. You got it here? How about here? The center is at what? At A and B. Careful, here should be minus. Hello? If it's a plus, means that the number is minus. Like what? Like if I say x squared plus y plus 3 equal to, for example, 25, I say I have a circle on the center is what? Is 0 here and minus 3 here. So here's the center point. You got it here? It's the same. It's 2 dimensions. X and Y means the 2 dimensions and the circle. You got it here? Now how about that one? Change it to sphere. Sphere, right? How about that one? It's the sphere but at the origin, the center at the origin. Understood? Hello? Good. So you can find the standard equation of the sphere. And we have a radius. Instead of A and B and C, we have what? X naught, Y naught, Z naught. Does that make a sense or change? Same. Understood here? How about that one? When I saw something like that, I know it's the sphere, but we need to order it. Have you ordered it? How? Yalla. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take X to X, Y to Y, Z to Z. Okay. So where's the center? Here we are. Where's the center? Give me the center. Center point. شو قال لك شو عم تقول؟ Huh? Only you can see you have a 0. I don't know about the others. Why? Because I need to change that one to complete square. Understood? I need to change that one to complete square. Why? Because I need to make that one look, x squared to plus 3x. I need to change it to something minus number square. Shouldn't be x, shouldn't be here. So how we change incomplete to complete square? Calculus 2, chapter 8. Yes? We have a b over 2 plus minus square. Do you remember that? Of course you saw that one before. So let me change together. So I have a x squared plus 3x. Am I right? So how we change it? I say, because here is 1, thanks for God. So I say 3x plus minus square. B is what? B is 3. I will get what? 9 over 4? 9 over 4. Do you agree with me? Hello? Good. So we will take these 3 and I will get what? Complete square. How? Square root of here, positive, square root of here, put it here. And 9 minus 9 over 4. Clear? Hello? Jamaat, do you have a question? Mustafa? Guys? No question. Now I changed x part to the complete square. How about y part? Y is ready, right? Y is ready. How about z part? Again, z square minus 4z. So I'm going to change it to z square minus 4z plus minus square 2, 4, 4. It's equal to z square minus z 4 minus 4. This one will be again complete square minus 2. You remember that? If you don't remember, try to reply my video. Good. Now together, all together, we are going to combine all together. Now you know where we'll bring that one and that one. Clear? So equal to what? At the beginning here is equal to 0. So minus 3 over 2, that I will get it from here. And minus 2, I'm going to bring it to the other side. Clear, dears? Hello? Good. And we will get what? طبعا minus كاش to here. We will get what? We'll get this equation. Now the center is what? Can you tell me? 3 over 2. It was positive, so it means that negative. Negative 3 over 2. 0 and 2. Clear? Shall I repeat it, Kaka? In your exercise, you have it. Please try to practice. Shall I repeat it for you? Did you understand? Did you understand? Where's the problem? Yeah? Okay. Now we got what? You remember that? Just give me 1 sec. Okay. Do you remember that? Okay. And do you remember that? Plus 1 equal to 0. This is from the equation, okay? It's not from my side. It was given. Look. This is y squared. This is plus 1, okay? It was given. Now, I'm going to just remains only the x and y. Where's the other? 1 will be what? Minus 1, am I right? Minus 3, 2 will be what? Minus 2 will be what? 2. Do you agree with me? That's it. So you'll get what? This is the equation of circle with the center of minus 3 over 2, 0, and 2. Tamam? Good. Any question, dears? Reduce is equal to something. Did you understand? So I have a cipher. When we have a cipher, when we are trying to organize them. How? By completing square. It's incomplete, we make it to complete square. Now, tell me about this equation. This will give you what? When I say x squared plus y squared plus z squared is equal to 4, what do you think about this one? It's the equation of what? Sphere, right? With a 4, right? The radius is 2, or the diameter is, let's say, 4. Clear, like a ball. Sphere means a ball. Vanya? Okay. When I say I'm a ball like a circle, let me present it like a ball. This is a force. When I say less than 4, what do you mean by less than 4? No. Less than 4 means that inside of the ball. Inside of the ball. Clear? The same thing. When we say less than, means that inside the ball. You can see from here, we have a interior of the sphere or the ball. When I say equal, it will be the solid one, right? Because outside and inside, like a real ball, like a bowling, the ball of the bowling. So you can say 4 and less than. So you'll get the solid one. When we say greater, of course, outside the ball, exterior of the sphere. You got it? Clear. Okay. When I say, Z, I have a ball in the 3 dimension. When I say just only which part? Positive part. So I have what? Hemisphere, one, yeah? Because you have a semicircle and hemisphere. Means that half. Means that we have a half of the ball. Understood? How about the other one? No, Z does not let you to see the other one because our Z is what? Greater than 2 or less than. Understood? Clear? Good. For example, I have a circle. I say y greater than or equal to 0. We change that circle to what? To only one part. Any question? Do you get the point? Yes. A does not have a boundary. Boundary كده قال أنا هسيك. Same circle لك. أما circle لك boundary كده. أي circle. أما يعني شيء. أم خطأ. The boundary is excluded. Because I'm talking about inside. Okay? You got it? And the circle if I have a x squared plus y squared equal to 4, I mean only this line. When I change it to the حد يجي توزيكو جينيتو أبو يكتوس سراحة كين. Appreciate it. That's when I say less than 4, I have the same circle but inside the circle. I mean the inside circle, not the boundary. Only the thing. When I say greater or less than or equal, I mean the whole circle. You got it, dear? Good. So this is about 12.1. If you have any question, please let me know. Any question? That's what I see. That's a question. أو حلقية مية. الان distance لبينهم دو أنا حل دو زيرو بونه منه you know إيه الان أمانة بوصفك كوا describe أنا بوبك center أنا بوب دو زيرو can I do it for you easy when you الرق exercise again the same pattern with the lectures شلون دو شرح كم نسوي pattern exercise ده you got it فزاين شلون أيدو زيتو طب just you need to try it okay سيكا describe أنا بو describe كيف زحمة الشكاوات هبه step planning next year والله ما كان شيء سيري you can look at the answer then you understand what's going on clear good any question find the center directly right 1 minus 1 over 2 minus 3 our center here clear how about radius I know it's 5 you got it so to practice to learn how to go to the 3 dimension